William Gerald Golding was a British writer who was born in Newquay in 1911 and died in Paranawardle in 1993. Throughout his life, he has been interested in humans and their behavior, literature and philosophy, but also in the military world, in that he took part in the Second World War as an English Marine. All these aspects characterized his life and are mirrored in his most famous work. Lord of the Flies is the first novel written by Golding and dates back to 1954. Although he was awarded with the Nobel Prize for Literature thanks to this work in 1983, the author had actually always claimed to be more into theatre and poetry. However, this novel is still today one of the classics among psychological novels and has topics which were unusual in previous literature, such as human evil instinct and distrust in a peaceful coexistence. These topics are contextualized in the novel and are represented by the inclination to tribalism and violence in a condition of factual anarchy. This also explains the novel's name, since Beelzebub, Demon's Prince and Lord of the Flies, is also a synonym for Satan, the highest expression of evil and his temptation for humans. The aim of Golding, therefore, is to show how the natural man is inclined to a behavior which, according to our moral law, is perceived as evil and negative. The novel tells the story of British children who get evacuated by plane flying from their country on a remote island. At first, they try to collaborate as much as they can with each other in order to find food, set up a civil society and send smoke signals, while they hope to be rescued from some grown-up. However, over time, as they realize no grown-up nor one of their parents will be able to do so, they collaborate increasingly less. Human tribal anarchic instinct overwhelms some of the children unconsciously, which team together against others who want to keep a resemblance of civilization. In the story there are 5 main characters: Ralph, Piggy, Simon, Jack and Roger. Each of them is the symbol of different psychological human aspects. Ralph symbolizes civilization, democracy and diplomacy. Piggy, science and rationality. Simon is the embodiment of the good side of human beings, to the point to be compared with Jesus Christ, while Jack and Roger are the personification of the most primal and evil instinct, in absence of a grown-up who can referee their life based on the British society model. There are also few but essential objects on the island, which are used as symbols. Piggy's specs symbolize technology and human progress. The shell symbolizes democracy and civilization, while the so-called beast that everyone assumed to be on the island is represented by a pig's head on a wooden stick. That is the actual Lord of the Flies in the novel, as a product of the evil side hidden in the depths of every human being. The film adaptation of the novel of 1963, directed by Peter Brook, albeit without advanced technological instruments, managed to reflect these topics more than satisfactorily, by also playing on sounds. This is evident, for instance, in the introduction, where the brutality of war is created by violent hits of kettle drums, bells and further repeated sounds, which convey a state of disease to us. Throughout the film, instead, the buzz of flies is motley used, and it is increasingly persistent as the story goes on. Flies recall Beelzebub, namely the most evil and demoniac side of human nature, symbolized by a pig's head on a sharpened wooden stick. The film is visually precise in timing and perspective of every scene, except for the timing of protagonists' lines that can sometimes result slow. The environment and its fauna and flora are the same written in the novel. Curious is the choice of pictures put at the beginning of the film, which tell how the children got evacuated from Great Britain as the war burst out. Therefore, the film is a very good mirror of Golding's work, just as a translator has just to neutrally intermediate between the source and the target text, without adding anything personal. Moreover, it conveys the same feelings that can be perceived by reading the book, namely a state of increasing anxiety and disease through climax, due to the radical change in children's behavior, which in the end get rescued from British officials, whose timing did not avoid the murder of 2 children, Simon and Piggy, on behalf of the tribe of savage children headed by Jack and his fellow Roger. Thorough island descriptions by Golding are adapted with both large and narrow shootings of the island, as also the few direct speeches, and the protagonist sections of dialogues are actually crucial to the story, especially a phrase by Simon that allows a key reading of the whole situation.
Maybe there is a beast.
Yeah, he's got the courage.
What harm you miss? Maybe it's only us.
Here was explained how the film adaptation of the novel results effective and faithful to the source work. Thank you.